Imagine waking up in total darkness, the air heavy and stale around you, your body trapped inside a narrow wooden box deep underground. Your heart begins to race as the horrifying realization hits you. You have been buried alive. This is not a nightmare or a horror movie scene. This is the true, incredible story of a young Frenchman who experienced one of the most terrifying ordeals imaginable and lived to tell the tale. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the most fascinating real-life stories from history that continue to amaze and terrify us even today. If you are new here or have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an exciting new video. If you enjoy stories like this that send chills down your spine and make you appreciate life even more, please give this video a big thumbs up and leave a kind, positive comment below. Tell us in the comments what you think you would do if you ever found yourself in such a terrifying situation, or share your thoughts on this incredible tale. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions really help the channel grow and allow us to create more high-quality content for you. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to us. Now let's dive deep into today's unbelievable true story. Our story begins in the peaceful, picturesque countryside of France in the small village of Saint-Quentin-de-Chalais during the late summer of 1937. The year was marked by simpler times, when motorcycles represented freedom and adventure for young people. In this quiet village lived an energetic 19-year-old young man named Angelo Hays. Angelo was full of life, passionate about his motorcycle, and enjoyed the thrill of riding through the winding rural roads. Safety precautions were not always at the forefront in those days, and like many young men of his age, Angelo loved the feeling of speed and the wind rushing past him as he explored the beautiful French landscape. On September 1st, 1937, Angelo decided to take his beloved motorcycle out for a ride. He mounted the bike and roared off into the streets, feeling invincible. However, fate had a cruel twist in store for him that day. As he approached a sharp turn near a solid brick wall, tragedy struck. The motorcycle suddenly skidded out of control at high speed. Angelo was violently thrown from the vehicle and slammed headfirst into the unyielding brick wall with tremendous force. The impact was catastrophic. His skull suffered multiple fractures. Reports suggest as many as 17 separate fractures. His face was severely mangled and disfigured from the collision. The scene was so gruesome that when his parents arrived, authorities did not allow them to view the body. Emergency services eventually reached the accident site. By the time they arrived, Angelo showed absolutely no signs of life. There was no detectable pulse, no breathing, and his body felt cold to the touch. In the medical standards of 1937, with limited technology available, doctors quickly examined him and declared him dead on the spot. There were no advanced machines like EEGs or sophisticated heart monitors to double-check for faint vital signs or brain activity. If a person appeared lifeless and had no obvious heartbeat, they were considered deceased. The young man's family was devastated by the sudden and tragic loss. They began making preparations for the funeral, mourning the bright future that had been taken away so abruptly from their beloved son. 3 days after the devastating accident, Angelo's body was placed inside a wooden coffin. A funeral service was held, with family and friends gathered in sorrow. Tears flowed freely as the coffin was lowered into the ground at the local cemetery. The earth was piled high over the grave, and to everyone present, Angelo Hays was gone forever, resting in peace. The village returned to its quiet routine, but unbeknownst to all, a miracle was quietly unfolding beneath the soil. 2 days after the burial, an unexpected event set the stage for one of the most remarkable rescues in medical history. A local insurance company had recently issued a significant life insurance policy on Angelo. Due to suspicions regarding the circumstances of the death and standard procedures for large claims, they launched an investigation. As part of this routine check, officials ordered the body to be exhumed from the grave. Workers began digging up the fresh earth and carefully opened the coffin. What they discovered inside left everyone present in absolute shock and disbelief. Angelo Hays was still alive. His body was warm to the touch. Although he was in a very deep coma, weak vital signs were detectable. The coffin had not been completely airtight, allowing just enough oxygen to seep through for his severely slowed metabolism to sustain him. The massive head injury had caused his bodily functions to slow down dramatically, reducing his need for oxygen to a minimum. This rare physiological state had kept him alive underground for those critical days. The exhumation team acted quickly, rushing him to the nearest medical facility for emergency treatment. Doctors performed urgent surgeries to repair the multiple fractures in his skull and address the extensive injuries to his face and head. Angelo remained in a coma for several weeks, hovering between life and death. His recovery was slow and challenging, requiring months of intensive medical care and rehabilitation. Gradually, he began to regain consciousness and strength. Over time, he made a remarkable full physical recovery, defying all the odds that had been stacked against him. However, the psychological impact of this ordeal was profound and lasting. Angelo developed an intense phobia of being buried alive. The mere thought of waking up trapped in darkness underground haunted him for the rest of his days. Rather than allowing this fear to destroy him, Angelo channeled his experience into something incredibly positive and life-saving. He became deeply committed to preventing premature burials and helping others avoid the same nightmare he had endured. In the following years, Angelo Hays transformed himself into a dedicated inventor. In 1955, he filed a patent for a special apparatus designed to detect whether death was real or only apparent. The patent was officially granted in 1958. His invention was a revolutionary safety coffin equipped with numerous life-saving features: alarms that could be triggered from inside, air supply pipes, food and water storage, communication devices, and even options for entertainment such as a radio. These innovations were intended to give anyone who might be accidentally buried alive a real fighting chance to signal for help and survive until rescue arrived. Angelo did not stop at just inventing the device. He became a well-known figure in France, actively demonstrating his safety coffins in public. In 1974, during a fair in Saint-Alais, he voluntarily spent 30 hours buried underground in one of his specially designed coffins to prove their effectiveness. In 1984, at the Festival of Records and Inventions in Aubigny, he spent 2 full days buried alive, again willingly, showcasing how his designs could sustain life. He appeared on popular television programs, including shows hosted by Jacques Martin and the famous Philippe Bouvard. Philippe Bouvard later recalled Angelo as one of the most fascinating guests he had ever interviewed, describing how Angelo would arrive with his fitted coffin and spend extended periods underground, sipping wine through tubes and listening to music on a transistor radio. Throughout his life after the accident, Angelo continued to share his story and promote awareness about the dangers of premature burial. His experience highlighted the limitations of medical practices in the 1930s and contributed to broader discussions about improving death certification standards. Angelo Hays lived a long and remarkable life, passing away on January 12, 2008, at the impressive age of 90. His story remains one of the most well-documented and inspiring cases of survival against impossible odds. Let us take a moment to reflect on the broader historical context of premature burials. Throughout history, especially before the advent of modern medical technology, there have been numerous documented cases of people being buried alive. In the 18th and 19th centuries, such incidents were more common than many realize due to the lack of reliable ways to confirm death. People in comas, with catalepsy, or suffering from severe injuries could appear dead when they were not. Angelo's case stands out not only because of the duration he survived underground, but also because of what he did afterward to help prevent future tragedies. The details of Angelo's accident and survival are truly awe-inspiring. From the moment of the crash, through the funeral and burial, to the dramatic exhumation and long recovery, every step of his journey demonstrates the incredible resilience of the human body and spirit. His slowed metabolism, the imperfect seal of the coffin, and the timely insurance investigation all converged in a perfect storm that saved his life. It is a story that reminds us how thin the line between life and death can be, and how important it is to appreciate every moment we have. As Angelo recovered, he often spoke about the terror he imagined feeling if he had regained full consciousness while still underground. The darkness, the confined space, the inability to move freely, these thoughts drove him to perfect his safety coffin designs. He included features like a small oven, refrigerator, chemical toilet, and various signaling mechanisms. His inventions were ahead of their time and reflected a deep understanding of both human needs and engineering solutions. In addition to his public demonstrations, Angelo's appearances on television brought his message to a wide audience. Viewers across France were captivated by the man who had returned from the grave. His calm demeanor and determination to turn personal tragedy into public safety made him a beloved figure. He continued inventing and advocating for better medical protocols well into his later years. To expand further on the emotional aspects of this story, imagine the anguish of Angelo's family during those days. The pain of losing a young son so suddenly, the funeral rites, and then the shocking news that he was alive. Their joy upon learning of his survival must have been overwhelming. For Angelo himself, waking up in the hospital after weeks in a coma would have been disorienting and frightening. The road to recovery was long, filled with physical therapy, surgeries, and emotional support from loved ones. His contributions to the field of safety inventions cannot be overstated. By creating coffins that could sustain life for extended periods, Angelo Hays potentially saved countless lives in the decades that followed. His work encouraged improvements in medical examination practices and raised public awareness about the importance of thorough death verification. Here is an interesting additional fact to ponder. Some historical estimates suggest that premature burial occurred more frequently in earlier centuries, with hundreds of cases recorded in medical literature. Modern advancements like electrocardiograms, electroencephalograms, and other diagnostic tools have dramatically reduced such risks, but Angelo's story serves as a powerful historical lesson. In summary, the tale of Angelo Hays is one of tragedy, miracle, resilience, and innovation. From a young man who loved the thrill of motorcycle rides to an inventor who dedicated his life to preventing premature burials, his journey is truly extraordinary. It teaches us about the fragility of life, the power of the human will, and the importance of innovation in the face of fear. Thank you so much for watching this detailed exploration of one of history's most remarkable survival stories. If this video moved you, chilled you, or inspired you in any way, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more incredible true tales, and leave a positive comment below sharing your reactions or suggesting other stories you would like to hear. Your engagement helps us tremendously in growing the channel and bringing more quality content to viewers like you. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay curious, appreciate every breath you take, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye and take care.